Hello, people. Welcome again to yet another episode of Assembly and Tardy. I'm your host, The Jim. That's what I like to call myself. Today I have NAACP President here in Milledgeville, Georgia, Cynthia Ward Edwards. She's here to give us a briefing on what she brings to the table. Okay? So, how long have you, well, let's start this. Just tell us a little bit about you and how you came up, or a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born here in Milledgeville, Georgia. Attended both public and private school. Went to GMC prep school, and from there I went to college and got my associates, then my bachelor's, and then my master's degree. Okay. So I have one son, and I've been married for 26 years. Retired from Baldwin County Parks and Recreation. Went to work for about 3 years at the Salvation Army, and now I am the executive director for Baldwin County Family Connection. My passion is working with the people, so I'm not quite ready to go home yet.
Okay, so you working with? You said you working with the
Baldwin County Family Connection.
Okay, and what is that? What is that about?
What we actually do is we connect families and children to resources in the community. And just kind of work with the school system as well. And you see me out in the community doing a whole lot of different programs for families. So
okay,
yeah.
So you like to kind of get in the mix with and try to you like a people person.
I am.
Kind of like my last guest, Mr. Clarence Hall, who was I label him as a hero.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I called him Hero Hall, I think.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, okay. So you kind of like a femme fatale type hero, huh?
Well, I'm just Cindy, but
yeah.
I believe in trying to help people and meet people where they are.
Okay. So how long have you been the NAACP president here in Milledgeville?
About 6 years.
6 years. You like it?
I love it.
Okay. So what is like the most significant change that has occurred under your tenure?
Well, we've had a lot of changes, so there's not really one that really particularly stands out. We've done a lot, and when I say we, NAACP 5169, we've done a lot of things in the community, from naming streets to bridges to plazas. We've just done a lot of different things in the community that we're very proud of. So there's not anything significant that really stands out. But I can say that maybe about 2 years ago, we did receive a grant. NAACP 5169 received a grant that was only awarded to 4 chapters in the state of Georgia, and we were one of them. So that was something to really be proud of because we've never done that before.
Okay. Did y'all have any input on the street that was named for Mr. Griffin?
We did.
Okay. Wait, how long has that been?
That's been about...
I never even found that out.
Really? That's been about at least 3 years.
3 years?
At least.
Okay. Was that a hard process to achieve, or? Well,
we knew that it wouldn't be easy, but nothing's hard for us. But we knew it wouldn't be easy, so we went in expecting, that those things would, we was going to run into some obstacles. So it took us about a year to get it done, but we got it done.
Okay. So what are some changes that you guys are working on at present?
Well, what we would like to see is some type of committee when it comes to the municipalities here in Baldwin County, in particular with the county, where as far as the hiring and firing practices, that there'll be some type of committee that would actually sit in to help with that process to make sure that it's fair.
Okay. And what's the most significant local incident that has occurred on your watch?
Well, we did a little boycott with the shrimp boat about a year or two ago, and so that was something that I don't think that has been done in a long time. The last time I can remember it being done the way that we did it was when I was a little girl. I was probably about 5 years old, and I saw my parents actually doing something of that nature. So yeah.
did it reward you with the outcome that you guys felt y'all deserved, or?
Well, for the most part, it did. There's still some changes that has to be made. But we did go and we did speak with the owners, and we came to an agreement.
Okay.
And some of the things is that they would receive diversity training, hire more African Americans to work in the as a cashier versus a cook, which there's nothing wrong with it, but just to see some of us out front. So, and for them to be more involved in the community.
Okay. And to tie in with that, the incident that occurred recently with the Theo's muffler shop incident, were you active or involved in that?
Yeah, I was very active and involved in that, firsthand. So, that's something that was really, it was tough, to have to deal with that, being that this is 2024, and you still see racism still existing here in the United States, but in particular Baldwin County.
Yeah. Where is that standing now? Are y'all still active in that area, or? We
are. Okay. And I'm so glad you asked that question. We are. We have a press release that we're getting ready to send out. You'll hear about it on different social media platforms. It's an incident that really hit home when you have, can I talk about it a little bit? We have enough time to talk about it.
We got time.
Okay.
We got all the time in the world.
Okay. So this incident was something that, of course we didn't expect the shrimp. We don't ever expect these things to be in 2024. But I received a phone call from one of our NAACP Civil Life members. And she took her car to Theo's Muffler because he had been recommended. So when she went there, she was told that he was not able to work on her car because he didn't work on colored women's cars. And he says, I've been drinking, but I know what I'm saying.
So is that what initiated the incident?
It did.
The fact that she pointed out that
it did.
He had been drinking.
And that he called her a colored woman and also said the N-word, from my understanding. So I received a phone call, and I was en route somewhere else. So I turned around and went to where she was. And of course, we never go anywhere without either somebody being present with us. When I say we, NAACP, or knowing where we are. So the closest person that I could get to at that time was our Vice President, Mr. Clarence Hall. And he was on his way, but he wanted to stay on the phone just to make sure that he could hear the conversation as well. So when I arrived at the business, Theo's Muffler on Elbert Street. So when I arrived, we went back into his establishment, and I introduced myself and told him that I was the president of NAACP and my name. And he told me he didn't care who, the H I was, to get out of his, shop before he throw me out. And so that right there was just to be a black woman, or just to be, in an establishment and being treated like that, it was scary. Yeah. Coming from a big guy, it was real scary. So we did leave the establishment, and and that's when some of my folks came and we, stood and we did a little live, little recording there on site. He came out and he did admit to us again that he had been drinking, and the police was called, not because we were being disorderly, but we didn't want him to get on the road because he had been drinking. So the police was called, and they came out and they actually did an incident report from us and also with him as well. So in the incident report, there was a couple of things. I just received the incident report before we came, but it's just bad that in this day and time that we're still dealing with racism. When this guy, he works on a lot of black folks' cars here in Baldwin County. Yeah. And so it's just a shame. And we know that everybody won't feel the way that we feel about it, but, we're a voice for the voiceless. So I received the incident report today, and I just wanted to share something that was in the incident report that was really, really stood out and was profound to me. That he admitted that he had been drinking, and he also advised that he sees the word black people and the N-word as being interchangeable. Now,
And that was in the incident report. So
Yes.
he actually quoted that.
Yes, and that was actually in the incident report. I don't have the entire incident report before me. I just received it today, right before I got here. But that was a part of what was in that incident report. So this is what this man thinks about us as black people.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, if you had your say, how would you advise black people to behave or interact with him from this point on?
Can they see me? Am I on? Do not spend your green money with a man who does not patronize black women. And that should really stand out to our black African American men as well, black men as well. When you see that you're black, it doesn't matter whether I'm your wife, your sister, your mother. Of course, you'll have a mother. If you don't have a wife, a sister, or auntie, you got a mother. Yeah. So it should stand out to our black African men, even you, to know that these black women are being treated like this. So it's time to take a stand. And I really say that to our black men as well.
Exactly.
Nope, don't spend your money there.
Okay. So, in your opinion, and I hated to clear my throat, but it was necessary. In your opinion, if you could make one change, what would that be?
Change with
in the world,
in the world,
in the whole world. If you, if you had an opportunity to make one change, what would that be?
That everyone be treated equal. Okay. Everyone.
Okay. Well, it was more than a pleasure having you here today.
And also, I'd also like to add that two things. But we've been working on the statue that sits on, I believe it's Jefferson Street, right in front of our public library, and also across from our Georgia Military College. We have a mixture of a diversity of students going there too. Okay. We've been working with that statue, trying to get that statue removed for, I know, over 2 years, and we're just keep getting bounced off the wall with it in order to get it moved. So we would just want to let everybody know that statue, especially black folks, that statue does not represent us. It's not a part of our heritage. It's not a part of who we are. So I don't know if folks know that or not, but we have actually been working on that and trying to work with the mayor and with her city council people to see how we can work together to get that moved. Yeah,
I'm supposed to be interviewing the mayor shortly. I've been saying that for the last few podcasts. I haven't heard from her yet, but hopefully we're going to get her on, and you guys will get a chance to hear her story and something about her. I get a chance to dissect her mind a little bit. And you said there was two things.
Okay, and also with the Chapel of All Faith. Are you familiar with the chapel?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you know that the chapel, we have a lot of, as far as our black people, we have a lot of weddings out there, receptions. We use it it's a multi-purpose building because it's the Chapel of All Faiths.
Yeah, I got married.
So Chapel of All Faiths. So, that means that anybody can come and feel comfortable. But so now we're under the understanding that they're getting ready to try and sell it. But see, we don't have a whole lot of things on the south side. And for a particular reason or another, that place is a monumental to us, because it's a place that, we don't have to, as far as when I say we black folks, we've got somewhere on the south side where we don't have to spend a lot of money to travel. It's convenient and it's beautiful. So from my understanding that they're trying to get rid of it or to sell it. So we want to make sure that everybody know that there's a petition going around. If you want to sign that petition, you can see yours truly. And we're going to address the committee with that as well.
Okay. And I also want to ask this question before we depart. If there is a time when someone needs to reach out to get in contact with you, if they have an issue, they have a problem or incident that may require you guys' attention, how would they be able to do that?
Baldwin County NAACP at gmail.com.
Okay, so they'll have to email you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.